Hey guys, welcome back to Fin Scales and Fluffy Tails. My name is Bryn, and today I have an awesome announcement for you guys. We are getting a puppy, and she's coming home later this month. I seriously cannot wait. Now, she's not a Shih Tzu puppy. She's a silver female toy poodle, and her name is Molly. And this video is gonna be kind of explaining why we got a toy poodle instead of a Shih Tzu, because I wanted to do the haul and tell the story all in one, but I think the video is gonna be too long if I do that. So this video is just gonna be telling you, why we changed breeds, and I'm gonna be telling you the entire story from the beginning. So let's get into it. I know I've made some videos on my channel, I think, oh man, at least over a year ago now, about dogs, even though I didn't have a dog at the time. But at the time when I made those videos, I was feeling really strongly about some things that I was seeing online about getting dogs, and that was even before COVID happened. It seemed like every time I got on YouTube, YouTube would suggest for me to watch this video of some other huge YouTuber that was getting a dog. And most of the time watching the videos that they posted, I could tell that they didn't get their dog from a very good breeder, or it seemed like a very rash decision. As someone who spent a lot of time doing a lot of research, deciding what breeds and what genders Alex and I wanted for our dogs, and having to wait for so long and make sure that they were right for us, it is really disheartening to see people online with such large platforms just going out and getting a dog on a whim, or going out and getting a dog from an obvious backyard breeder or puppy mill like an Amish person. So for those of you who don't know, really quick, if ever you see puppies for sale from the Amish, do not buy puppies from the Amish. I mean, I don't have anything against them. They have their own religious beliefs, and that is perfectly fine. That's why they're all like old-timey, because in their religion, they're not allowed to have certain luxuries in their homes. And I've met lots of Amish before. They're really nice, but do not buy a puppy from them. They're mostly just doing it for the money, and they are not doing health testing on their dogs because they don't really believe in that. They don't even use modern medicine unless absolutely necessary. And so they're obviously not doing health testing, and they don't really know what they're doing breeding dogs. Most of them are doing it just to make more money. They breed dogs like they breed and sell their livestock, which, we all need livestock. I'm not dissing that at all, but in my opinion, if you're gonna be a breeder of dogs as people's companions, you need to know what you're doing as far as health, temperament, socialization. A lot of times, the people who are breeding these dogs in the Amish community don't really know what they're doing as far as that goes. So, just so you guys know, if you ever see puppies for sale from the Amish, don't buy it. But this video is not about that. This video is about the puppy that Alex and I are getting. Now, there's kind of a bit of a backstory about this puppy, because yes, we are getting a puppy. She is a girl, but she is not a Shih Tzu. And I know that I said that our first dog was gonna be a Shih Tzu, and it was. But there was a lot of things that happened in the past few weeks, basically, that kind of changed our minds. Because like I said in previous videos, our first dog was gonna be a female Shih Tzu, and our second dog was gonna be a male toy poodle. Well, that's not gonna happen probably. So our first dog is a silver female toy poodle. So she was born black, and her hair will lighten and turn gray as she ages. So I'll stay tuned till the end of the video, because I will put a few pictures of her at the end that the breeder sent me. We have not met her yet, but I am so excited. I think she is I think she's like 7 weeks old right now. So she's still pretty young, but she is adorable and I cannot wait to meet her in person. And I picked her name already. Her name is Molly. So that is gonna be her name, and I'm really excited to get some stuff like to my house that I ordered for her. So, okay, so I guess I should explain a little bit what kind of happened. So like I said, we were on a waiting list with 3 Shih Tzu breeders. We have been since about January of this year. So it's been a long time that we've been on these lists. We were offered a few Shih Tzu puppies a few months after January, so probably like March, April time frame. But we had to say no to those puppies. They were females, but we had to say no because we wanted to wait until after the wedding, which even though I didn't like that rule that Alex came up with, it was a good idea to wait. The wedding was a very stressful ordeal for us, and it would have been very difficult for us to deal with a puppy and be dealing with wedding planning and all that kind of stuff. So although I didn't want to wait at the time, I'm glad that we did. So we turned down a few puppies. So then we were still waiting and still waiting. I do follow some local toy poodle breeders that are in this area, and one of them she had a litter that was born in July, I believe. So before our wedding, she had a litter that was born, and I was seeing all these cute little pictures, and she had this white male toy poodle that was available for weeks and weeks, and I'd even talked to Alex about it, but he was like, no, we should just wait for a Shih Tzu. That's what we planned. So I decided, you know, he's right. We'll just keep waiting. So the wedding is over and the honeymoon is over, and we're back and we're just, you know, getting the house cleaning, I guess. I don't know. We were living our lives after the honeymoon was over, just waiting. And it was absolutely killing me that I hadn't heard anything back from any of the Shih Tzu breeders. But then, about 2 weeks ago, we were offered a female puppy from one of the breeders that we were on a list with. But this breeder who offered us the puppy was not the breeder of the puppy. She was friends with another breeder who had this puppy available. So I contacted the 4th breeder that we didn't know before. We knew each other, like I said, from the breeder we were on a list with. We were mutual friends with them, basically. So I contacted her, and she was talking to me about the puppies and everything. It seemed like a good fit, but then she said, I had a previous buyer say no to this puppy, but then in the time that your breeder contacted you, they came back and said maybe. As soon as she said that, I knew that we weren't gonna get the puppy, because you can't say no and then come back and say maybe and then say no again. But basically the breeder said, if they say no a second time, you can have her. But I knew that wasn't gonna happen. I waited and waited, probably like an extra day after she told me she would get back to me. She finally let me know that, yes, the people who said no originally came back and said yes. So we didn't get that puppy even though we were offered it. And that was really hard for me. It's really hard to have a puppy like dangled in front of you. And had she not said that, we would have bought that puppy on the spot. That puppy would have been ours because we were already looking. So that was really disheartening. Probably about a week later, a week or two, a week? Yeah, probably about, I guess it was a week because this happened last week. The toy poodle breeder who had a litter in July also had a friend, another toy poodle breeder in the area up in Wisconsin, who had more toy poodle puppies available, 2 males and a female. And this female was a silver female. I really wanted our first dog to be female, and Alex really liked silver poodles. He doesn't really like white. White and silver are my 2 favorite colors. I did not want a red toy poodle or any type of poodle because there's already lots of red poodles in Alex's family. So what happened was we got together and I just asked a question on the post that this other breeder posted about her friend's puppies being still available for homes. And then the breeder contacted me, the toy poodle breeder who actually had the litter contacted me directly on Facebook. So then I was like, okay, before this goes any farther, I am going to contact these Shih Tzu breeders and ask what is going on. And I knew one of the Shih Tzu breeders we were on a list with just had 3 litters of puppies. So I contacted her asking her, you know, about Alex and I's place on the list and how the puppies are going, and just for an update basically. And the email that she sent back to me the next morning was not promising. She basically said that out of the 3 litters she had, only 2 were female, and she had to wait for weeks and weeks more to see if they were going to be show quality or not, which I totally get. But she also made it seem like Alex and I were too far down the list to get a female from her, since there were only 2. And there could have been a good chance that she was keeping one of them anyway. So then, hearing that, I was a little bit disheartened as well, because I was actually planning on getting a puppy from her, because she just had 3 litters in the past month. But that kind of fell through. And then one of the breeders that I was on a list with never contacted me for updates ever. She only contacted me after I told her that Alex and I had found a puppy and said congratulations, but she never updated me or anything. And then the 3rd breeder, the one who told us about the Shih Tzu puppy that we were offered, she wasn't going to be able to see even what she had until the end of September, I think, and there's no guarantee that her bitch that was pregnant was going to have any girls. Right? And even now on Facebook, I follow lots of show breeders for the breeds I like. And even right now, most of the breeders that I've been following only have male Shih Tzus available. It's so weird. It's so weird how that happened. Like, they only have males available right now. And I thought that was so interesting, because of course now when we're looking, there's no girls for us to get. And this female toy poodle was still there, so I contacted the breeder again. We talked on the phone for almost 3 hours, and then she said to me, you know what, I think you would be a really good home for her. I usually don't give puppies with this kind of strong-willed temperament to first-time puppy owners, but you know a lot about the breed and you've done your homework, and I think that she would be a good fit for you. So I was super excited about that. It is true. I have done lots of research and my homework on both the Shih Tzu and the Poodle breed. Now, what I mean by strong-willed temperament is the breeder said that, well, first, she's the only girl in the litter. There was 4 puppies, she's the only girl, and she has 3 brothers. And the breeder said she puts them in her place a lot. She puts them in their place a lot. So, you know, she's kind of sassy. So that's kind of also why I decided on the name Molly for her, and the breeder is starting to call her Molly. So she should pretty much know her name by the time I meet her. So that's gonna be awesome. So that is the story behind why we're getting a toy poodle instead of a Shih Tzu. Basically, we wanted to get a female Shih Tzu, but getting a female Shih Tzu was not going to be possible for us just because of a few reasons. Those few reasons being the breeders didn't have females available right now, and I guess I'm being honest, I wasn't willing to wait a whole nother year for a female, because if no females were born in the next few months, we weren't going to get one till like next spring or next summer. So I was perfectly okay though with switching to a toy poodle, because I love both breeds equally, to be honest. You guys might not know this, but my favorite breed ever is the Pomeranian, but we can't get a Pomeranian because Alex is allergic to them. So then I picked a few other breeds that I really like. Now, Alex was a little bit disappointed when we decided to get a toy poodle instead of a Shih Tzu, because he was really expecting a Shih Tzu, if I'm gonna be honest, and he likes the way they look better. He just thinks Shih Tzus are cuter than poodles. He doesn't like the poodle clips, which I love the poodle clips. I love the shaved feet and the shaved face, but the main reason for that for me is because I don't want her to ever be mistaken for a Cavapoo or some other kind of poodle mix. I want people to know that she's a poodle and not a doodle or some other kind of mix. So, but I also like those looks, and shaving the face and feet keep their face and feet clean when it's wet outside or when they drink. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening to that story. I hope that you enjoyed it, but I really wanted to, come on here and bring an explanation about why the puppy is gonna be different than what I said before. I was serious before about getting a Shih Tzu puppy. That is definitely true, which I explained that to the breeders who were interested in hearing my explanation, what we did differently and why. I was serious about getting a Shih Tzu puppy because I love both breeds and I wanted one of each at some point anyway. It's just gonna be different than what we thought originally. But I hope that you guys will stay tuned on the channel and enjoy watching the videos that I have planned for you guys. So I guess that's it for today, and don't forget to subscribe. You can follow us on Instagram. I'm not going to be creating one just for Molly because I have my hands full with the 3 that I run anyway. So follow us on Instagram at Fin Scales and Fluffy Tails for more pictures of Molly and the pets, and I will catch you on the next one.